Boris Johnson makes another attempt on an election on Monday, and the EU today made half a decision. That's what I want to talk about in this video. So, let's get started! Hi, I'm Mark, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Brexit video. The leader of the House, Jacob Rees-Mogg, declared on Thursday that they will make another attempt on a snap general election on Monday. They will do it right after the oral question, before the debate on the Environment Bill will begin. Parliament sitting will start at 2:30 UK time on Monday. Jacob Rees-Mogg said that in a separate statement a few hours after his business statement, but some developments made it important that he did so. And he said they're going to bring up a motion for a snap election on the basis of the Fixed Term Parliament Act. And that version brings some issues with it, why the reaction of Labour was as it is. Labour, first of all, said in reaction to that, so the shadow leader said that Labour will back an election as soon as no deal is ruled out. And that means, for example, if the extension of the EU allows that. About the decision of the EU, I'm going to talk later in this video. They made one decision today already. Jacob Rees-Mogg also stated that they offer the opposition to continue working on the withdrawal bill until the 6th of November. So that means even the government believes there will be an extension. But Labour rejected that. They said it's still too short. And Jeremy Corbyn later yesterday rejected backing the election on Monday. There's one point where you can understand it all. Obviously, they do want a one-line motion, which is amendable. A Fixed Term Parliament Act motion is not amendable, and so they can't amend it, first of all, to fix a date for the election. Boris Johnson says he wants an election on the 12th of December, but the point still is what we had before in other videos. On the terms of a Fixed Term Parliament Act, Boris Johnson can just decide when he will have the election. I'm not sure if that is really legal, but he might even be able to do that after the 31st of January. If there's an extension till the 31st of January, and he can put the election on, let's say, the 2nd of February, he might dissolve Parliament right in the time where it's most needed from their point of view. And so there is some suspicion in there always. And second, in a single line bill motion, Labour could also amend it to allow a voting age of 16 instead of 18. And that is obviously something they do want. And so there are two reasons not to back this motion on Monday. And because of that, I don't believe this motion will go through on Monday. Not if it's really on the terms of the Fixed Term Parliaments Act. The SNP also said they won't back this, and he still needs 2/3 of Parliament to say yes. It's not enough to win that motion, that vote on the motion. 2/3 of the Parliament have to actively say yes for it to be successful. And with Labour and the SNP out, and the Lib Dems said they won't do it either, so there is no chance that this can pass. And SNP and Labour and the Lib Dems also went the way we won't allow the government any tricks with this election, and that also means that Boris Johnson can just pick the date he wants to, even if he said the 12th of December. Last time he said the 15th of October, but he could have changed it whenever he wanted, and they didn't trust him then, they don't trust him now, and that's why they won't do it. And there's another issue, I couldn't check that properly because I'm not that deep into British legislation. I'm not a British lawyer. So one member of Parliament said there usually is a wash-up of all open bills before a general election, which means if there was no major fight about them, and don't forget the withdrawal bill passed on the second reading, they would automatically be approved before an election, and so the Withdrawal Act, Boris Johnson's deal, might just slip through. That was one theory yesterday, and Jacob Rees-Mogg said it's not far enough for that, but obviously if they can get it through the committee stage in the meantime or something, it could be that they just can get it through Parliament without voting on it in the end. So that's another reason why some people might not want a general election, with a chance of that bill going further in the process before the election, but not being voted down. So that's a third issue. By the way, the Queen's speech was approved yesterday. That almost went down within everything else that happened, but it went through with a majority. So that passed. And now let's get to the topic of the EU decision. As I said in my last video, it was said the EU wants to decide today on the extension. The EU 27 ambassadors met today with Michel Barnier, and they made a first decision. First of all, it's important, none of the EU 27 is against an extension. So there won't be a veto on the extension in general. Not from France either. Second, they decided they want to grant an extension, but they haven't decided on the length of the extension yet. And there France comes in. Most of the countries want to grant the 31st of January from the Ben bill. France would prefer a shorter one. So today they didn't fix the date yet, but the discussion is not over, and France still might be convinced by the others because it's so many that say 31st of January. But they just decided to wait what happens with the motion on Monday. But as I told you, I guess it's not going to pass, so they will have to decide right after that, because it's 31st of October is on Thursday. If they pick a different date, they have to do it on Monday. Otherwise, before Parliament can decide, they're out of the EU. So there must be a decision on Monday if they want another date than the 31st of January. And they already have decided they will grant an extension. So much information from the last 2 days. I waited until right now with this video until I had more information also from German media about the extension. That's why I didn't bring it earlier, although we knew yesterday already that there will be a motion because Jacob Rees-Mogg said it in Parliament. But I thought it's better to combine these two because I expected something from the EU that has to do with this motion, and I was quite right there. So waiting was the right decision. I hope you don't mind and don't say it's old news, but this combination was important for me. For now, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day and see you soon.